Hello everyone, it's FireKid here, and as you may or may not be aware, we've got a new update, the Hot Lead update, which will be coming out on Tuesday the 20th, hopefully. And I just thought I would do a quick overview of the notes and give my opinions on what I think of it. So we're going to start off with one of my favourite bits of any update, which is new challenge maps. We've got two coming out this time. We've got the whole 9 yards and country roads. Looking at some of the maps, they look like an interesting selection of objectives. You've got defend yourself, which I'm guessing is going to be a certain amount of rounds you've got to survive, similar to bonfire, so that should be quite a good one. Boxed in is a get to exit with a gate, so depending on how many turns on the gate, looks like you might be able to create some stun walls on that one. I killed a tough walker. Not many walkers on the map to start with in the photo. Don't know if it'll be the same. Nice wide open spaces, so looking like a Beta or Huntsman Darrell map on that one. Dodging the dead, another get to exit. Couple of spawn piles there, one near the beginning, one near the end, so looks like you're gonna want to be quick on that. Again, nice wide open space though, so Beta's probably going to be a good one to try and get through as quickly as possible. So yeah, that should be okay. A killer walkers for rest room. Looks like it's going to be stay at the beginning of your range team and just create walls, stun walls and burn things. And then another killer walkers for the truck stop with some blind corners, so don't know what's going to be on that one, but again, can't see it being too much of a problem. Looks like you'll be able to create a nice stun wall there with just those 3 spaces once you've got things attention. Next one is country roads, and you've got count your blessings, which people probably recognise from the last map on chapter 14. Nice of them to start using some of the challenge maps, save them time, and hopefully means we can get more map sets each update. Open the door. I'm not sure where the door is on that, but who knows, there might be something other after you've opened the door what you need to do. Looks like you might have to get back again. And then you got checkpoint faith, reach the exit, so it looks like there's a gate on that one. Nice looking map. It'd be interesting to see what we have to do on that one. You got a killer walkers, which looks quite horrible really, starting in the middle of the map with walkers on either side. So that'd be interesting to see how people do with that. It may be that the Sasha and 2 assaults or Sasha assault Shane may not work quite as well on that one. Bloody barn, gather supplies, get in and out by the looks of it. That I'm looking forward to that one. That looks like quite fun. Sort of fish in the barrels, sort of narrow map. Holiday trinkets. Open the door of the caravan or the RV, and then probably get back to the exit again. Obviously, red flashing door when you start on that. Looks like stuff's going to come out. Imagine it's going to be 2 or 3 turns on that, but we'll wait and see on that as well. Lastly, corn dog, killed a tough walker. Who knows what it looks like? They're using some of the mechanics from the season mission with the in the crop fields, so you can't see. They break line of sight, so who knows what's in there waiting for us. This first area is quite wide open though, so hopefully be able to prowl with Darrell, Huntsman Darrell, easily, to take down the tough walker and then get to exit. So overall, I'm quite liking those challenge sets. They look quite interesting, and it's always fun to find new tactics. So Don't know when we'll get them, but hopefully they won't wait too long to give them to us. We've got another campaign coming out, which will start on the 26th of April. The usual thing, 2 resets, 2 distance resets, and all other tokens to get the main prize of Yumiko tokens, who's a new hero coming out. And obviously just get all the tokens you can without any resets, and you will get the bulldozer shotgun. So again, it looks like you can have a bit of leeway. You don't have to get all the dailies if you reset twice to get the 500 tokens, so that's good. Always fun. Couple of new heroes coming out this update as well. Beth, who's a scout. I've seen her being requested quite a lot on the forums. We finally got her now. Her leader trait is Lethal Aid, and what she does is when she kills an enemy, you get a circular buff area, but if you stand in that and attack a walker, you will do a certain amount of damage. So let's say at level 7, you'll do 10% of the enemy's current HP. So the more health the walker has on it, the more damage your attack will do. And that will be and that buff will stand there for 2 turns. Personally, I think that's the amounts are a little bit low. I would have liked to have seen it maybe, I don't know, 3% more on each of those, with a max of 20 at 10. I don't know if that would make much difference, but you got to kill something first, and then you're doing the remaining health rather than total health. So we'll see how it goes. It might be really useful, and it looks quite fun to use. As you can see in this little video they've put on to show you what's going on. But I think she'll definitely be. She doesn't need to be leader, I don't think. I think having her in support as a support survivor will be most useful. Not sure who's going to be best to use her with, but I'm sure we'll find out at some point as people unlock her and start using her. Our second, looks like you're going to get her tokens from Guild Wars, the Guild Wars shop. Not sure how many. I imagine it'll be enough to unlock her at least. Doesn't say what level she comes in at. If she comes in at epic or rare, but I imagine it'll be epic. And our next hero is Yumiko, and she is a shooter. And what her leader trait does means when you shoot a target with her, all other ranged survivors who are close enough, so within range of the same enemy, will also attack. So that's a bit like revenge, but on your attack. The numbers are quite good. Probably gonna, as most times, you need to go up to level 7 or 8 to really take advantage of this leader trait. And obviously the other problem is you have to use range, which is getting better with some of the buffs and weapons they've brought out. I think having her in lead on some early levels would be quite fun, with another shooter and a hunter or something. The note save that the allies attacks don't cause threat, which is good. Don't use action points up or anything like that. And if you're using a hunter or an assault, the area damage will still be the same. So if you're shooting through something, both targets will get hit. I can see her being in quite a lot of Guild War defense teams. I think she could be quite good in there. But as I say, Jury's out whether she'll be much use in challenge, high level challenge, I should say, as the Walker health is pretty insurmountable for even if you're getting 3 body shots with your range team every time, because we all know that it's very rare that piercing kicks in. And almost like a new hero, they've changed Negan's leader trait to Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. And what his leader trait now does is at the beginning of each turn, Negan will mark the closest enemy for 1 turn, and that marked enemy will take more damage from yourself and deal less damage to you. So if we have a look at level 7 again, you'll do 24% more damage to that walker, and the enemy will do 30% less damage. So, unlike damage reduction, this is actually a reduction of the value of the damage they will do. So, it will come in on top of damage reduction. So, if you've got 80% damage reduction, and the walker does 10,000 damage to you, and you've got someone, and you've got another walker, which is marked, they will do 30% less damage than that. So that's really nice, to make them even let your bruiser take even more hits. And one of probably the most exciting part of his leader trait is the marked walkers will not inflict marked enemies will not inflict status effects. So tanks won't be able to stun you, even if you don't have stun resist. Spikes won't be able to make you bleed. And I'm guessing the same will go for Freeman as well. So thinking won't be able to get stunned by them. When they take you into the red, you won't start bleeding. Guild Wars, you won't get caught by the firebug if they're marked. I don't know if his the marking of them counts as a status effect. I'm kind of hoping it does, because then it could be quite useful if you had him in lead with Princess to have 3 status affected walkers straight away. So you could hopefully start those charge points moving. But yeah, I can see him being useful, particularly as a leader in Guild Wars, to hopefully stop you getting those status effects from spikes and goos and tanks. I think he'll need to be in lead to be able to mark enough walkers for it to be useful, but we'll see about that. You might be able to position him correctly to take full advantage of the marking. Obviously, the other thing we don't know is if 2 or more walkers are equal distance away from you, which one counts as closest. And I'm sure there are people out there eager to test it out and try and figure out how the game is going to decide that. Little notes on it. You don't get status effects, but you will still take burn damage from burning walkers, as that isn't a status they're giving you, it is just more damage. And Negan's mark does not amplify the extra damage from best leader trait. I'm guessing that just means that the 10% is still 10% of remaining health. It's not going to boost that damage. Bit of fun now. Poncho Daryl skin. If you like your skins on this game, then you're going to get a free one for Huntsman Daryl. So your season 3 poncho, I'll probably be changing it. I think it looks a lot better personally. But yeah, it's a nice little touch from NG there. Another big change, well, I assume it's going to be a big change, is changing how the increased damage boost works for some traits. So at the moment these all affect weapon damage, and obviously weapon damage isn't that high on a lot of weapons. So you got teamwork for Aaron, Jackass for Merle, only need 1 for Rosita, and desperation for Dwight. Not too fussed about those, although they will increase those heroes' damage quite a bit. The ones I'm more interested in are lethal, marksman and strong. Particularly marksman and strong, going to see a quite a hefty increase in damage given by survivors with these traits. I would have thought it is pretty much like having an extra badge on them if they've got this trait. So it'd be interesting to. I'm going to take some screenshots of what my damage is on my survivors at the moment, and then see how much of an increase I get from this boost. A new weapon, which we were getting in the campaign, in the bulldozer shotgun. Nice looking weapon. It's a push weapon for assaults. So in the same way that the Kingdom Shield and the Morning Star, if you get a non-body shot on a walker, they will get pushed. If you push them into something or someone, then they will get stunned. As you can see here, he's getting pushed just by a normal hit and stunning them. So an assault that can stun without a charge attack is pretty good. Obviously, it is limited to the fact that it's going to be based on when piercing kicks in. They have given it gold piercing, so that's a 40% chance that you will be able to push something. You're not going to be able to rely on it. It's got a 90-degree cone rather than a decimator charge attack, decimator circle. I'm looking forward to giving it a go. I love the push mechanic. I think it can get you out of a lot of tricky situations. It's not going to be as good as the Morning Star, but then I suppose it couldn't be. Although I don't know why they couldn't have made it that the selected target was a guaranteed push, or a guaranteed non-body shot. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a good princess weapon, because if you can get some stuns going, then you can hopefully get charged back up. Although you won't, because it'll only last one turn. It does have gold concuss, but that will only affect its charge attack. So if you push, it is only ever going to be for one turn. But it could be useful. I think it might be quite a good one for Guild Wars. Being able to push through any tight gaps, they get blocked. Because obviously charge attack will push everything. Although maybe sometimes you won't want that to happen. For free, I think it's a pretty good weapon. And who knows, I'm sure some clever person out there will figure out an amazing use for it. A couple of guild features added in this update. So leaders and co-leaders will be able to pin messages to the top of the chat so they're visible at all times. If you've got an active chat, you can know it can be difficult to sometimes keep up with, and you might miss certain messages. So that's a nice little change. If you draw in Guild Wars, which doesn't happen too much since the last update, but if you do, then both teams will get a 25% bonus rather than the 50% for a win, and better than the nothing they used to get for a draw. And leaders, another much requested function for Guild Wars. Leaders will now be able to unregister players from Guild Wars battle slots. Obviously not after they're locked in, but this gives some leaders chance to be able to get the team set up correctly if someone's signed up for the wrong day. So I think it's a good little change. They've gonna mark any sectors which have been started on the new massive Guild Wars map, which I think is a really nice change, because it can be pretty daunting when someone says, if someone starts using their attacks, doesn't say where, and you've got to click on 20 odd sectors to see where they've gone. So you get a little mark, and they've made it more visible, the writing on what the sectors are called, etc. So That's good. Other changes, they've got a new event, so it looks like instead of just a bruiser start charged or hunter start charged, we're going to have all regular survivors start charged, which I think is a really nice twist on the usual weekly boosts. I've got a couple of good survivors, regular survivors, so it would be fun to actually feel like I can use them. Whether we still will at highest level, who knows. I know I've got a really good assault, so that's brilliant for me. I might have to work on my bruiser a bit more before this event starts, so because that's going to be really useful. Another Guild War map change is previously on this map, when you zoomed in, if you clicked in a sector, when you came out the sector it was zoomed back out again, which is quite annoying. And with the infused and special functionality weapons, now we're going to have a little indicator on there somewhere, just to show you that those ones are infused and have that extra trait. I've got quite a few infused weapons and armours now, and it's very annoying having to press the eye to see what is which one's infused and which one's normal. Quite a few bug fixes, so they've obviously been busy with these, mainly Guild Wars ones. So I'm guessing the first one is where you log in and it looks like something's not been completed, or blue dots not showing, and it has been, and you accidentally go in again. So hopefully the first one will sort that out. Some Guild Wars maps you had a threat counter, and you get the threat counter down to 0, and then suddenly 4 or 6 walkers would spawn anyway. Never knew when it was going to happen, and it was really frustrating. So I'm really glad they fixed that one. This one happened to me recently. I used a blast grenade to explode a barrel, and my survivor got stunned indefinitely. It was very frustrating, and they fixed it, so that's good. You can use your blast grenades to blow up barrels now if you want. There was a problem on the Gore map where Scout Glenn's leader trait, you had to gore up twice to be able to get gored, and you wouldn't get your extra turn, so they fixed that. There's been an issue where revenge wasn't triggering if you pushed a walker away after being hit on by retaliate. So you'd get hit, retaliate, push the walker away, but the revenge wouldn't trigger. So that's now been fixed. Whether it's fixed for the Overwatch attack as well, I don't know. That's where you say an Overwatch and you push a walker coming towards you. If you had another survivor, such as with a scout with a spear, they wouldn't attack. Hopefully that's fixed at the same time. Leaders guilds apparently couldn't appoint a leader sometimes. They fixed that. And don't know if anyone's noticed it, but there's been times recently where you are hitting walkers and it's saying charged, but you aren't getting charge points. This is even happening when Sasha wasn't even in the team. It was very confusing, but they've fixed it, so that's good. And the last note on here is that they've scaled up their servers for Guild Wars. So hopefully that means it's going to run smoother, less bugs. Hopefully the spectator bug won't show its head. Hopefully the saying you are still in a mission, even though you're clearly looking at it from the map screen. Those sort of things. Obviously, if you're still getting bugs, I'm sure they'd love to know about it. So do keep letting NG know what you find. If they don't know about it, then they can't fix it. Personally, I think it's a great challenge, a great update. Looking forward to the challenges. Looking forward to getting some new heroes, giving them a go and seeing if there's any way to use them effectively. And yeah, I think it's a really good update. I'd give it probably a 9 out of 10. It's got pretty much everything I wanted in it. Obviously there are a few things missing. Maybe some fixes to the tool economy. They're super expensive still. There's been some really good ideas about having a way to craft your own tools, which are less effective, but you can get the components from scavenging, or so that would be fun. Something else that was missing is no mention of any black market updates. So it looks like we're stuck with the same weapons and same deals for now. I would have loved to have seen something new come into that. But yeah, overall, I think it's really good. And I hope you think so too. See you soon, and enjoy the update, which hopefully will be out tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.